Welcome to Notre Dame Stadium, where they will shake down thunder from the sky to cheer on their Fighting Irish and hoping that plenty of echoes will reverberate in victory at the end of the game. This is the type of early season game you look forward to, an opportunity to make a statement in a top 10 showdown. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 10th-ranked team in the land, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Notre Dame looking for a strong kick to get this one underway. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So LSU's offense will get the first swing of the game. And as we watch this wide receiver, this crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Crosses the 30, he's got away. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
I bet that running back's eyes got so big when he gets that handoff going to the right and he sees the huge holes. Yes, please.
The defense just didn't flow quickly enough. All of the blockers had leverage on their men.
Man, that defensive line has to get off the ball a little bit better, get some penetration to stop that outside run.
Got his man on the outside. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48. LSU moving the ball quickly down the field. Now they'll run the draw. A run up the middle is stopped for no gain. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there. Got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. The encroachment penalty on the D gives the offense a free 5 yards. Here comes the option. On the move is a 30. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making him run to guys, and get him on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll try the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Touchdown, Tigers! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
Well, you know, this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10, 15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown, everything working perfectly. They looked like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Notre Dame Fighting Irish offense comes out first time they've had the ball today. You know, yards figure to be hard to come by through the air, but some quarterbacks, Jesse, just love to go at the star corner.
Yeah, and this guy's got confidence. He's not afraid to go at anybody, but he
just finds that little crevice, and he's still up. All kinds of running room. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Notre Dame! That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
If you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. Smashes it through for the PAT. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Here's the return from inside his 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Out of the gun to give to the back. Got it across the 20 and out to the 23, a pickup of 4. Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Fires to the big fella. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Fires to the big fella. Runs through a tackle. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Power football with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. It's a draw. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the quarterback is snowed under.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his first sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plans, and this offense better find out how to slow him down.
LSU will bring the punt team on the field. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Couldn't find his man last time. Now they'll have to convert 3rd and 4. He fires a bullet to the right. Wide open, he makes the catch. Touchdown, Fighting Irish! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Hey, just a really nice throw. Really good touch towards the sideline on that corner route, and the receiver does a nice job catching the football and immediately getting up the field, getting in the end zone for the big touchdown.
PAT unit on the field. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Missouri is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Cal. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Give to the back. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll ride the running back and leave it with it. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. Kept it on the ground on first down, now back to the line. Off play action. Looking down the middle. Complete downfield. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
That's a really nice catch there, and I know LSU goes by the moniker of DBU, but you take a look at all the draft picks they've had in recent years, and with this guy and his talent, they may be getting consideration soon joining teams like Alabama and Ohio State for wide receiver. This guy is really good.
The give to the back. Using that running game to bludgeon forward. He's got 4 down to the 35. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise. Backing this defense on third down. Fires to the wideout. And he intercepts it. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27.
A big part about playing the quarterback position is turning the page, playing the next play, not letting bad plays beat you. And that's his first career interception in college football, so that's going to sting. But now you've got to get back out there and lead your team.
Here come the Irish, back on offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Going for it all. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. Got a lot of running room. Touchdown, Irish. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
This offense is high octane, boy, and you just saw it. Not a lot of time needed for them to go all the way and score 6. Well done.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They'll leave it with him. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. They'll run it from the gun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And the running game has been disastrous on the last couple of plays. They'll try to salvage the drive on third down. Dumps it off in the flats. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. First down here for the offense. They go to the ground. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. He'll do it himself. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, the ground game. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Softened him up with a run, now to throw. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. On 3rd down, going up top. Looking to scramble. He gets the job done, picking up the 1st down, then getting down. Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the 1st period as we look at the stats. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the 2nd quarter. This Notre Dame offense carving it up. They're working with another 1st down. He's going to pass. Finds his big tight end. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a 1st down. They'll go back to the ground. Brought down at the 7 after picking up 3. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Lets it fly. And it's a touchdown, but hold on just a second. We'll have to see what the flag's about. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. 2nd down coming up. He's looking to throw. He's got it and still on his feet. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
That is exactly what this defense needed. They have not had a great 1st half, giving up a bunch of touchdowns, but this might get them started. This might get the energy going and maybe rattle the quarterback a little bit with that sack.
They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. He'll line it up from 34 yards out. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And now the lead is extended a little further. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. He'll return it. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
Looking for that 1st down on 3rd and short from the 28. He'll pull it on the read. He gets it so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. The give to the tailback. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. They're trying to get to it. And pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
The Irish send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He only needs a sliver of daylight. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. He'll keep it himself. Makes it past the marker. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. And first down for the offense. Quarterback on the keeper. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Got a little work done on 1st down. Now back to the line. Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. Quickly complete.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a run.
He'll do it himself. Crosses the 30. He's got away. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. And the Tigers will hustle to the line.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he gets a chance to get downfield.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
Well, that's a great job getting the sack on the blitz there. And one thing Notre Dame has always seemed to pride themselves on defensively is hard-nosed, tough football, especially in the front seven, and linebackers that can play downhill and not just make plays in the running game, but get in the backfield and blitz the quarterback, and you saw all of that from him right there.
2nd down now after the sack. They'll give it to the back. It's a fumble. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
I'll tell you, honestly, I don't know what that player could have done to hold on to that football. That defender absolutely popped him. He knocked him into next week. There was no chance he was holding on to that ball.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Running to the left. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. That kind of pickup on 1st down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. Looking left. Right through his hands and incomplete, and he'll want that one back. It'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. He finds his man. So important to convert these 3rd downs, and they get it done. They'll have it at the 42. And that's a 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Went with the running game on 1st down, now back at it. From the gun, running back on the move. Jukes his way for more. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. 3rd and short now from their own 48. They'll try to get it through the air. Unloads to the right. And the misconnection on 3rd down. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. Number 10 on to punt it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines. Not his best work. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
Hines is way ahead for 3 out to the 16. This is the type of play that can give the offense momentum. 3rd and short from inside the 20. Coming after it. The throw. And with the completion out to the sideline, they'll pick up a couple. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He's got great speed. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Fires to the tight end. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early. We're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, you don't get till mid-season, you're like, oh, they haven't played anybody. Out the gates, 2 top 10 teams. We get to find out really quickly who's legit.
They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. Trying to get to it. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
This defense needed something to go right, man. They're down big already in the first half. Get to the quarterback, get him on the ground. This could start some momentum going back the other direction.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
You want to change some of this bad luck you've had so far around? Get after the quarterback and get his butt on the ground. Nice job by the defense. This game ain't over. It's still the first half. This is a good start.
The Irish send out the punt unit.
In punt formation to kick it away.
And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like, this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points?
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. LSU will put foot to leather to start the second half. And he's coming out of the end zone. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here come the Irish back on offense. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He'll pull it down and run. Still running at the 40. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. Notre Dame lines up quickly.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out. But when things break down, they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
And this junior loves to show off that big arm. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack.
It is hard to continue to get up and get up and get up like he has, being sacked time after time again. But this QB, this offense, they're undeterred. They're continuing to put drives together, and most importantly, they're winning the football game.
This is a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. They've got the screen set up. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Makes his connection. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Picked up some yardage with that completion, now 2nd down. He'll pull it on the read. Past the 1st down marker and still running. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
Ooh, I like that option play. I'd keep running that too, because it's obvious the defense right now is really keying in on this running back. That was a big point of emphasis for them all week long in practice, and it's opening up holes now for the quarterback to run.
And he breaks into the open. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
And that big gainer on the last one has him ready to go from inside the 10. Takes a snap, wants to throw. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers! Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is good, but they're still down 24-14. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup. Ole Miss came through with a lunch pail, hard-hat performance, and the end result is an eye-opening road victory. And I guess it's not so much that they won, it's more how they won, and the fact this wasn't ever really in question. Each week in college football, the tests are just so tough, and we found that out again today, guys, with another ranked team going down.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Handoff from the shotgun. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. He'll try to pop the draw. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. A 3rd down try for the offense. From the gun, wants to pass. He lobs one high down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They cut into the deficit the last time they had it, forced the punt, and now they can really make this a game.
And you're right back in this thing. You're creating some momentum. You got to score. You got to stop. This offense, Jesse, has a chance now to make this an absolute barn burner of a ball game.
Yeah, it's one play at a time, though, right? You're not going to get it all back in one play. Just go out, do your job, execute, keep this thing going down the field. And if things go well, like David said, we've got a game.
Gets it out fast. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Working that left side. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. He picked up a big chunk of yardage there, and there will be Irish jigs going in the stands.
And a lot of excitement. If they can find these down-the-field explosive plays and find a wide receiver out there they can depend on, this offense can really explode and take off to a new level.
Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. Defense a little too eager, and that's an encroachment penalty, 5 yards for the offense. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another first down. He'll keep it himself. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Offense gets set for second down. Quarterback checking off. Quarterback on the keeper. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman. Third and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. New set of downs after that completion. From the gun, give on the inside. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. Wants to throw on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Using his legs to buy some time. And he is not going to get there as the defense gets him on the ground. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And that lead grows even bigger. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Handoff from the gun. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He wants to go deep. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. Wanted to make sure not to give them a chance for a return as it goes out of bounds. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Things have been clicking along nicely, Jesse, but they have to make sure they keep it up.
Yeah, they got to wake up. It seems like they've been a bit lackadaisical here the last few drives, maybe as we've seen this lead dwindle a little bit, David. So they need a bit of a spark here to get that mojo back.
Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. They'll throw it on 1st down. And incomplete on the deep ball. They'll try to get on the same page this time. 2nd and 10 from the 31. He'll do it himself. Shakes off the tackler. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets away from one. Breaks the tackle, and he's got room. And he scoots his way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor, both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. Here's the handoff. Makes him talk to the hand. And he was able to run through 1 tackle, but still only a modest gain. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Leaves it with the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Off the play fake on 1st down. Feeling some heat. The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack.
It's been a little bit of a seesaw here the last 2 plays. Offense gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets a sack. Great job by the defense there, turning the page and coming up with the big one.
They've got some serious work to do to keep that last one from messing up this drive. 2nd and 19. Now the play fake. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
The defense has been so dominant up front. You've seen it in these passing situations. That now the 7th sack of the game.
And they've converted their first 2 3rd down opportunities, but a 3rd and long is a different animal. Oh, they really could have used that catch. Their physical pass defense, it brings up a 4th down. The Irish send out the punt unit. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Offense set on 1st down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Punches ahead, they'll give him a yard to the 13th. Didn't get much on 1st down, it's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Got his man quickly. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. He makes the catch. Touchdown, Tigers! A great catch and run for 6.
If I'm a play caller nowadays, man, I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
Lining up for the PAT. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Arguably the game of the week, fellas, with 2 top 25 teams locking horns. Auburn is in serious trouble right now. I hope that coach is renting and not buying there on the Plains, because that could be a bad investment. They're trailing by 19 to Georgia. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He's back to throw on 2nd down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it slip right through his hands, and it'll be 4th down after the rare drop from this dude. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. This is a spot you see many returners try to take a chance, but not this time. The fair catch just inside the 40. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And he's able to bounce off 1 tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He'll pull it on the read. Breaks the tackle. He has an extensive juke library, and he exhausted it and still didn't pick up much. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable in run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone, and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
LSU will bring the punt team on the field. He's got it. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Here come the Irish back on offense. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Extending the play. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. Offense breaks the huddle. It's 3rd down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the back. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6. They'll go to the ground. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Offside. Defense.
And this is what's going to drive coaches crazy. It's mental errors, right? It doesn't take any talent or lack of talent to have that penalty. You just got to watch the ball, and when it's snapped, get after the quarterback.
Using the quick game. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. They'll throw it on 1st down. Gets rid of it. Quick strike complete. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. This offense could not have executed in this situation any better, just draining some time off the clock.
Encroachment. Defense.
Defense couldn't quite hold its water, and it'll be 5 free yards for the O. It'll be a draw. How about that determined run inside the red zone? He's got 6. It's down at the 12. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Keeps those legs churning for 3 yards. He's down at the 9. Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. Had nowhere to go with that one. Had to just throw it away. A wise decision to keep the field goal in play. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing. Good decision by the head coach here in the 4th quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a 2-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. They were trying to get the screen set up, but it just took a little too long to develop.
Yeah, and the quarterback's supposed to, invite those guys to run upfield on a screen pass, but they got to him so fast he couldn't get rid of the football, and they got the sack.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. Got his man to the left. Tackled there by the defense. LSU right back to the line. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Got out of trouble and throws. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Fires and picked off. Didn't get much on the return, but what a huge play, and they are in business at the 24.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
The defender crossed the line a little bit too early. It's a free 5 yards for the offense. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Now on 3rd down for this offense. They'll try to bully their way for the first. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And they'll push that lead down a little further. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Wants to throw on 1st down. Quick completion on the out route. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the 1st down. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. He's going to pass on 2nd down. And he just threw that one away. Safe move, didn't see anything, lived to play another play. Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. Just a short pass to the tight end. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good down. And the pass is incomplete, but it might not matter. Flag is down and down. He's got his man. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. He caught it. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Clock stops as they try to rally late. Got nothing last time. Now 2nd and good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on 4th and goal. Got it. He is stopped short of the line to gain. The 4th down try goes awry, and that might just do it. Running back searching for a hole. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Guys, this is a really good win for this ball club as they put together consecutive victories.
And in this season, that's what you got to do. You got to put together good weeks, build on each other, build that momentum, continue to grow as the season goes along.
Yeah, David, it's all about building confidence, and it's really important for these players to go out, work hard in practice, and see that hard work really pay itself off on game day. This is a team that's really starting to believe in itself.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Welcome to Big D, Dallas, Texas, and the house the Pony Express built. Dickerson and James and SMU hoping to restore the glory and get things started in this one. Today, a pair of Pac-12 teams getting set to square off in a game that could have season-long implications. As we'll see, the Arizona State Sun Devils taking on the 13th ranked team in the land, the SMU Mustangs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Mustangs ready to get this thing started and open the season. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Sun Devils offense will start this game off. And these guys involve everybody in the passing game, and none more prominent than this big fella.
And the quarterback knows he's going to be under duress in this game, so who do you look for? The tight end, and there aren't many better than this guy.
No, and just big bodies that you can miss a little bit high, and it really doesn't matter. But over the middle of the field, closer throws, so nice to have a security blanket with a great tight end.
On second down, wants to throw. Oh, right through his hands. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. The Sun Devils want to move quickly.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. To the ground with the back. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. To the ground to try to pick up the first. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down. And the Sun Devils have their offense in high gear. They've been running it, but now the pass. Good timing on the quick out. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
At the 39. And that's a first down for the offense.
He'll keep it himself. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4. No huddle offense to the line. Out of the gun, the inside give. He works his way down to the 30-yard line before he stopped a gain of 3. This opening drive, methodical, efficient. They'll snap it for the 9th time on 3rd and short. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. The Sun Devils will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Got his man on the right. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
At the 18-yard line. And that's good enough for a first down.
From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Pocket starts to collapse. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
And that is a huge play for the defense. Offense has it in your red zone. You're trying to knock them out of field goal range. The only way you do that is by creating negative plays, and they get the sack.
First down sack, pushes it back. Now it's 2nd down. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Works the middle of the field. On the Houdini-like moves, get it to the 22. The relentless emptying of the playbook on this opening drive has now finally hit a wall. It throws toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Sun Devils.
And that is exactly what you love to see as a head coach, watching your offense take the field, first drive of the game, and you're methodical, and you take what the defense gives you. You make good decisions. You don't have negative plays. You don't have missed assignments. That shows your head coach that you are locked in and ready to go.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the PAT makes it 7-0. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And the scoring play comes on a touchdown pass from 22 yards out. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. So the Arizona State Sun Devils offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. A big challenge for both of these quarterbacks, Jesse, is dealing with a ball-hawking free safety on the other side.
Well, you're right, Reese. QBs better be good with their eyes, better not stare down wide receivers in this one, because if you float the ball down the middle of the field, that's getting picked.
And these guys are going to be right in the middle of the field, flying all over the field, and quarterbacks will make sure that they are locked in and not throwing the ball near those guys.
He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Use the play fake, now to throw.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Ball spotted right at midfield as they try to convert 3rd and short. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play? Comes out throwing on 1st down. Quarterback extends the play. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
And come on now, O-line, you got to take care of your quarterback. He takes care of you. He's the one who takes you to meals. He's the one that gets you those NIL deals. Everything happens through your quarterback. You got to keep him upright. That is your #1 priority.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to make magic with his feet. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Makes the catch and steps out of bounds, but short of the first down mark. They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a man. Great style points on that catch, but they didn't pick up any yardage. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. The play action fake. A shot toward the end zone. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off.
Well, obviously it's raining here in this game, and ball's slippery. I don't know if that slipped out of the QB's hands a little bit, but it certainly wasn't an accurate throw, and as a result, it ends up in an interception.
Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Picks his way ahead, pick up a 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Pretty nice as a defense, right? When you can go nickel, put 5 DBs on the field and not have to blitz anyone, trusting your front four to get the job done on third down, and they do it right there, getting the sack.
And the Sun Devils will punt this one away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Fair catch is called for in the midst of all this rain. Just concentrate on one thing, making the catch. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. They try to pop a run on the draw. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Offside. Defense.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides in the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach, and the second one, usually he takes me out of the game.
3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? From the gun, wants to pass. Dances away from the heat. How about that nice run from this junior quarterback? The Mustangs have it with a 1st and 10.
And that's a first down.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Discards a man. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. They'll run play action. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. Things working pretty well for this defense, out of the dime package and still getting plenty of heat on the quarterback.
Yeah, get off the rock, understand the situation. All the fast guys got the back end covered. It's my job to seek and destroy the quarterback. Great job by the defensive line rushing after that guy and getting him on the ground.
And the Mustangs will bring the punt team onto the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. From the gun, running back gets to give. Puts him in the spin cycle. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35. The Sun Devils racing to the line in the hurry up. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. And the DB right with him to knock it away. They're facing a 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. They're bringing heat. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. And the Sun Devils will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made. The big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. Trying to impose their will with the run. Getting that push, a pickup of 4 out to the 26. Facing a third down and short from the 26. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards.
Defense.
The offense moved, but it was because the defender jumped into the neutral zone, and the offense will pick up the 5. The inside handoff. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Line getting set on second down. Give to the running back. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. Let's see if they keep it on the ground here on third down. They'll try to power their way ahead. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. The Mustangs are marching down the field. Quarterback checking the play. They'll try the run. And the ball squirted out. They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Got out of trouble, got rid of it.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
And the Mustangs will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run. The Sun Devils want to crank the tempo. Keep it on the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Let's see what they do on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his big tight end. Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the first down.
Now on second down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. Finds his tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? They'll throw on third and short. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And it's caught inside the 30. And the Sun Devils will have it first and 10. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Sweet cut there. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Good enough for a first down.
They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Fires to the tight end. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's looking to throw. To the end zone, and it's picked off.
Nice play by the DB. Most people say offenses have the advantage, right? They know where they're going. They have the footing underneath them. Defensive guys, you still got to guess. You might be a little bit more cautious. No, sir, this defensive back does a great job breaking on the football, going up and making the INT.
The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. RPO complete to open the drive. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. Now on second down. Quick release on the RPO. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The run to the left. No, he just flat ran over him. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. He's now up to 52 yards rushing already here in the first half. It's a season opener, but he's in midseason form. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Holding. Offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. They want to throw it. Quarterback strolling away from heat. And he can find a receiver, and down he goes.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's second and long. Right down the middle. He's got it. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
Hey, it's important on offense in the passing game. You've got to have balance. And I mean, you got to be able to attack different thirds of the field. You got to work the perimeter to both sides. But you got to let the defense know, too, that you're not afraid to go over the middle. He did right there.
He tried to find some running room, but they get him stopped. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle. It's Jones.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here. They decide against trying the 52-yard field goal. Instead, the offense trying to convert a 4th and short. Tackled, but he has a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Going to the running game. Pulled down after a pickup of 4 to the 27. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there. Got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty.
Defense.
Defense just a little too eager, and that's 5 yards for the O. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And it's loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
It's raining in this game. It's making the football slick and slippery. And you know ball security is going to be a massive issue. Both coaching staffs have preached about that to their teams in the locker rooms before taking the field. And these guys really need to do a better job of holding on to the football.
Looking for a productive play on first down. Power football with the run. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Pressure coming. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Yeah, and the defensive line, you know, third and long situations, I'm rushing the quarterback. You bring in the nickel, a little bit more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack on third down.
The Sun Devils will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. Fair catch is called for in the midst of all this rain. Concentrate on one thing. Make the catch. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. Got it behind the line. It's Jones. And this one will be stopped for no gain. A third and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. He makes the connection. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. This offense has already converted once on fourth down. Can they do it again? He's got a first down and maybe a lot more. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. He'll just keep slinging it. Looking for the end zone. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up. This offense has a second down play. He's looking to throw. It's caught. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Ball's at the 27. It's third and short. Can they avoid making that fourth down decision? Gets it out quickly. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
With a big opportunity in the red zone.
He's looking to throw it. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Absolutely perfect. So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down. He's looking to throw. On the run, fires downfield. Pulls it in. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, time for everyone inside that stadium in Dallas to take a deep breath and kind of digest what we just saw. And it's been said, football is a game of inches, and guess